Greetings RC friends, welcome back to the third episode of the review of iHobby RC A380 two-channel airplane. In the previous episode, I flew it, that was yesterday by the way, I flew it in high winds and it was gusting, it was coming in a turbulent way, and still this little guy did pretty good. And I already selected as a bud, but I wanted to repeat this on a calm wind and see what difference it makes. You know, because when it was turning downwind, it was losing altitude, but today is a much better weather. It's breeze, maybe the breeze is a couple miles per hour from time to time, and from time to time it's dead calm. But it's coming from my back, kind of southwest, and there's no obstruction coming that way. So it makes it better because there shouldn't be too much turbulence. You may even get some lift over here right at the ledge. So, and then there's no baseball activity today, although we have a soccer and some other activities over there, lacrosse. So I will try to stay on this side. So let's get started. Okay, here it goes. And proportion control makes it such a big difference because I'm just giving like a very light, gentle turns, and it's coming around great, and I can control, since there is not much wind, it is so much easier to control it close to the ground, so it's giving me confidence I can bring it down, not too much down because it's still losing some altitude. It cleared the tree, that's a good thing. Yeah, the only thing with this one, although it's a bud, you have to be flying at a higher throttle. And now it gained a lot of altitude, so maybe there is some wind up there because when it goes upwind, it is gaining a lot of altitude. It's going downwind and it loses some altitude in the turns. So what I was saying is, I think although this is a bud, there is always room for improvement for these kind of airplanes, and for this one it would be maybe providing a slightly higher capacity battery with a little bit of, do you see that during that turn it lost quite a bit of altitude because it was turning downwind at that point. Now it turns upwind and it gained altitude. And then I'm turning downwind again and it is again losing a little bit of altitude. So, you know, slightly larger motors, because this is a larger and heavier airplane in two-channel airplane standards compared to the other little airplane. You know, a larger battery with some stronger motors would have done wonders to this. Because right now, like I'm like full throttle and it's I have to stop. Oh, okay. So I don't know what's going on, but it's always losing some altitude on that area. And it should be gaining altitude actually because the wind comes from that direction and then it's going up. I don't know if there's some kind of turbulence. And you know, I was full throttle and it was not gaining altitude. So with that said, yeah, maybe it is a little too nose heavy. I mentioned in my previous video. I haven't tested it yet by putting a little bit of weight on the back, but maybe on the next video, if I improve it, I'll make another video. But if not, I mean, this is perfect the way it is. It's just you have to be careful, and then turning downwind, you know, going that way just like gains a lot of altitude. Do you see that? It's on the rise, and then especially if you put it on the high race. I just put it on the high race. Do you see how much altitude it lost? And then I have to give more throttle to just keep it aloft. And the battery, I mentioned it was 450 or 500 in my other video, and it is not. It's like 350 milliamp hours. So probably this can use a 450, and I may have 450 batteries. With not with the same kind of connector, but I should be able to just add the correct type of connector and then make it fly with that. Okay, so it's losing a little bit of altitude. Is going to clear everything? It did. It did, barely did. So it lost a lot of altitude over there. So I'm right now full throttle. Somehow, coming this way, it's losing a lot of altitude. Maybe just sustained turns does that. So you have to, even at low rates, you have to be careful with your turns to make sure that it is actually not getting too close to the ground. So I'm turning now, as you see on that side. I'm just doing it carefully. I cut down the power a little bit, and when I cut down the power, it just comes down very quickly. So let's make a turn this way. Lost some altitude, although it's like on full throttle. So I may have to just adjust the CG, or maybe the tail surfaces. So let me actually bring it back and land it, because I would like to bend the tail surfaces slightly, just to make sure that it is not causing this descent. Whoa, 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 whoa! Go, fly, baby, fly! It kind of touched, I think. It touched the fence, because I was coming downwind. I should be coming upwind, and it lost a lot of altitude. So let me turn it actually the correct way, and then come down this way. Wow. That was a good catch. I'm not usually a good catcher, but it was coming fast. Yeah, this baby is fast. It's fun though. Just have to watch your turns. So what I'm going to do is, I mean, there are already these surfaces. I may have to cut the sides, but I should be able to kind of bend the whole horizontal stabilizer up, so that when it's going, it will just give a little bit of an uplift. I don't know if it's going to change anything, but you know, whatever you can do without adding any dead weight is a good thing. You know, shifting weight is the best way of adjusting the CG. If you have something that you can shift, on this one, unfortunately, I don't have much to shift. I mean, the battery is like quietly compact there, unless, you know, I attach it outside, like tape it down to move the CG a little back. But this may also help, just bending these surfaces a little bit on the back. Let's see if it's going to make any difference. Okay. I don't know how much I was able to turn, but from looking from the back, it looks like I was able to turn just slightly up. And maybe that's all needed when it's flying fast, just to put the nose up a little bit and make it climb instead of going down when I full throttle it. Also, I checked the battery after yesterday's flight, and it was still over 50% full. So although I was full throttling it for a while, the battery capacity is not that bad at all. The stability got a little wonky for a second, but now it's better. All right. Let's see if it's going to display the same kind of loss of altitude. Yeah, it is still losing a little bit, but it didn't lose as much this time. And it's climbing right now, although I'm like 50% throttle. I think there was just a sudden gust of wind or some uneven air mass over there. So it's climbing right now as well. Maybe bending the back helped a little bit, looks like. Yeah, I mean, I have to just decrease the throttle going against the wind, it's at 50%. And I'm just increasing it because I'm turning, and it is not going nose first this time. So it's a little easier to control. So yes, adjusting that tail surface helped definitely. And actually it was going nose up a little bit. It's definitely easier to control right now. And if you mind your turn rate, you know, it turns nicely. But I'm kind of like in a tighter space right now because I'm in the baseball diamond and there are a lot of trees around, smaller ones as well. So I'm just going to decrease the throttle quite a bit because it's going against the wind now. Okay, let's bring it back, increasing the throttle because I'm coming downwind now. Let's do a nice and close pass over my friend Tim over there ducking. I'm trying to keep it a little closer. Oh yeah, so it just kind of like put the nose up over there. But it is flying nice, very nice on a calm day like this. You know, and then next time I may even try just adding a little bit of weight, maybe a little paper clip on the back and see if it makes a difference. But this is definitely a bud. I mean, especially if you put the lights on, you can fly it at night, or if you can get the version with the lights on already, can make it a nice night flyer. Let's try to bring a shallower turn and bring it in front of me and the other camera. Nope. Oh. No, I didn't come right.
That's how SpaceX was to land its rockets.
I was able to bend. I wasn't able to break anything, but I was able to bend the front landing gear a little bit. Yeah, I was trying to just pass it between me and this camera, and I totally forgot that's my fault. But the good thing is this comes with, I forgot how many spare landing gear set. I think 2 more. I have 2 more landing gears, so if I don't like the way this is bent, I can just replace it. It came with so much extra stuff, spare stuff. So here we go, good as new. It just came in straight for one of those holes and everything is intact. Is everything working fine? Well, yeah, stability control is working. Let's one more time and then I will land and finalize this video. By the way, my finger just hit one of the props. You may have heard the noise. Oh, I see. Sorry, I was on high rates. That's the reason it was, I think, turning so steeply. Almost got it. Okay, I don't want to bore you to death, but this is a bud with a couple little flaws that can be adjusted, but you don't have to if you are flying on a calm day. As long as you give a little bit of throttle when you are turning, you should be fine. You can compensate for it. And it looks beautiful in the air. You can probably fly it even better without the landing gear. So it will even look better in the air. So this is definitely a winner. The A380 and civil aircraft. It's not Airbus, it's civil aircraft. From iHobby RC, and I recommend it. This goes to the top 3 with my other planes that I love, the C-17 transport aircraft and QF002 baby. Now we have the A380 civil aircraft. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, please leave them below. Right after this, I have another review coming of another A380, and let's see if that's going to be a bud or a dud. Stay tuned for that video. Stay safe and healthy. Thank you very much for watching again. See you on the next time. Bye bye.